Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to an unboxing slash the introduction to a one book long reading vlog. So the inspiration for this reading vlog is because I received an email from a publisher a few weeks ago now, I think it was around like maybe 2 weeks ago, saying that I was going to be receiving a finished copy of the book Master of Iron by Tricia Levenseller. This is the second book in the Blade of Secrets duology. I don't know if it has a real name other than that, but that's what we're going with. So, it came, and I'm super excited to unbox it for you guys, especially because it's not just the book, which is what I thought was going to happen. It looks like it's a promo package kind of a thing, so we'll dive into that in just a second. This is what is on the cover, the outside. So it just says open for an epic adventure. Okay, and then there's a few things in here that I wanted to show you guys really quick. Is that, oh, okay, things are falling on the ground. All right. First and foremost, it looks like they actually sent me a copy of the first book as well. So this is Blade of Secrets. This is book 1 in this duology. I had not read it. I had been really interested in it, but I had not yet gotten around to reading it just because of, I don't know, time constraints. And when I found out I was going to be receiving the second book in the series, I decided I should probably have read the first book. So I did go ahead and read the first one already. I'll talk about that in my wrap-up, which should already be up. So I'll pop a link to that up above. But this is book 1 in this duology, and one of the things that just fell to the ground while I was trying to take it out of the package looks like a book plate. So they sent book plates that Tricia Levenseller signed to put into the books for both of these. That is the first one. And then before I move on to the other stuff that's in there, I will show you the other book. So this is book 2 in the... oh, it's the Bladesmith Duology. It says it right there on the back. Okay, so this is book 2 in the Bladesmith Duology, Master of Iron, which the cover is absolutely stunning. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, I love it. We love a foil imprint on a naked hardcover. So it's blue, it's got the silver foiling, it's gorgeous. And then this one also came with its own book plate, which is really cool. So I propped both of those up there so that you guys can see them if you want to. And then the other thing that looks like it kind of came unattached in the shipment, but it's pretty cool, so I'll hold it up like this so you guys can see. They sent a little necklace also. So it looks like it is a hammer, and it's like a gold necklace. It's really pretty to match with the cover of the hammer that's on the cover of the book, obviously. So that's awesome. And then last but not least, and I'm a little sad that this got bent up the way that it did because it got shipped. And we all know like regular envelopes is not necessarily the safest way to ship like paper products, but it's still really gorgeous. So this is an art print of a scene from book 1. You guys can see that there. You can see in the top corner also, one of the corners, I don't know, oh, this corner, okay. And then down here, it actually says, based on the novel Blade of Secrets by Tricia Levenseller, artist credit Diana Dworak. So that is the art print from the first book, and that is everything that was in that little adorable promo package, which I was not expecting at all, and because of that, I wanted to do a little reading vlog where I read Master of Iron throughout this month. I am going to be incorporating it into my Magical Readathon TBR, so I'm really excited to get into that. But yeah, I will update you guys when I've started reading it, because obviously I have not done so yet. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Loki's really interested in what I'm doing right now, which is a vlog update on Master of Iron. Oh, are you done? That's all you cared about? Alright, good talk. Weird angle, I know. So, weird angle, I know. I'm not used to filming it this way or in this place either, but it was where the best light was right now, and every time I tried to film in front of my library without like hooking my phone onto something, it just fell off. So, you're on a windowsill in our room. This is upside down. It's cool. It's fine. This is going well. So, I officially started this today via the audiobook, which was on Scribd, I think, and I forgot how irritated I was with Ziva at the end of book 1. She, spoilers, I guess, if you haven't read the Blade of Secrets, then you may not want to know about what's happening in Master of Iron, and this is probably going to be fully... I'll try and keep it vague, but, like, some things are going to be hard to talk about vaguely, so, like, just be careful from here on out of spoilers. But in the end of Blade of Secrets, one of the party members was injured that means a lot to Ziva, and she's blaming Kellen. She's blaming Kellen for it. And it's so dumb. I mean, like, she's like, you could have rescued them instead of rescuing me, and instead they're dying because you chose to do that, and like, for the love of God. I don't know. And she's like feeling all guilty because she has feelings for him still, and it's a whole mess. It's getting better because they have now been captured. I can't be that far. So I'm somewhere around like 67 pages, 68 pages into this. A lot has happened in that time, honestly, because you learn some things about Petric's past, even more than were revealed in book 1, which is something. And Kellen and Ziva are finally like starting to resolve their shit, but only because they're both captured, because Kellen tried to sacrifice himself, and now Ziva is like, oh, maybe I don't want you to go away forever and die. Which is like obvious that she didn't, and she was just being so dumb in the end of the first book and the beginning of this one that like, and anyway, 70 pages in, give or take. I'm probably going to keep reading this throughout the weekend. It's not going to take very long. These books are very, very short. As irritated as I am with Ziva, I am still really entertained by this entire world. Ember just came and licked my elbow and scared the absolute crap out of me. I am still really intrigued by this world and by the magic and by, I mean, the relationships are cute. It's very feel-good, and it's definitely YA in the way that Ziva expresses her feelings. She's still dealing with her anxiety, which, again, still super relatable, but yeah, it's very, very good. I'm enjoying it. I'm slowly getting over my irritation with the way that she reacts to things, and I guess that's about it for this right now, and I will update you guys when I have anything else to say. Honestly, we're gonna try this out recording in my car, but there has been an obnoxious buzzing noise coming from one of my air conditioning vents that garages refuse to believe exist. So if that occurs in the background of this video too much, I'm going to just delete this clip and try and refilm it again later tonight. If you hear a little bit, I'm just gonna keep it and we're just gonna deal with it, and I apologize for that. So, Master of Iron, I listened to a significant amount of it at work yesterday. Honestly, I've ended up listening to all of it. I don't think I've read any of it physically so far. And it's been really, really good. I was very frustrated with Ziva in the beginning because, my God, that girl is holding a grudge. And honestly, I think that her reasoning is... dumb is a strong word, but I think that she's being extremely unreasonable. However, so this pertains to the whole, I don't remember exactly what I talked about in the last clip, but this pertains to the whole she's mad at Kellen for saving her when he could have saved Tamara, her sister, and she does come to her senses. In the beginning of the book, they use this portal that is there conveniently to go to another country where the healer that they need to save Tamara's life has been imprisoned by the prince that they went to for help's brother, also Petric's brother. And they go there and they rescue her, and Kellen decides to sacrifice himself and get captured by the guards so that everybody else can escape, and that's like his apology for saving her instead of her sister. It's just so dumb. And that's how he's trying to apologize for it. And so she, at the last minute, is like, oh my God, I can't let you sacrifice yourself. I'm going to stay behind, and Petric can go and save Tamara with the healer that they rescued. And so they end up getting imprisoned by this prince, and she's forced to make some magical weapons for him because Kellen, once again, betrays her and tries to save her life by saying, you can't kill her, she's a magical blacksmith. She once again gets all pissed off at him and proceeds to, because she doesn't want like these super powerful weapons falling into the hands of the bad guys, pretty much. But then when she's making weapons, she realizes, well, I don't have to make everything, you know, an incredible weapon. I can just make these weapons things that will return to their hand if they're disarmed, or things that will never break in battle and stuff like that. And the prince decides this is not good enough, and so he tells her like he's gonna hurt Kellen if she doesn't start doing better, pretty much. And so she starts doing better. Occasionally, she's kind of like making stuff that won't cause irreparable harm, but is more than just a sword that'll never break. I don't remember exactly what it was that what she made could do. Really, I don't know, it's not that big of a deal. They do end up taking her hammers that she had from the first book, one that, like, the ones that created a shield or whatever, so that whenever she gets hit, she's shielded. Anyway, she ends up making this weapon that when you swing it, it puts everybody, like, in the range or whatever to sleep. and that's how she and Kellen end up escaping after putting pretty much the entire castle to sleep, it kind of feels like. So they go, and they're on their own, and Kellen gets hurt, and she realizes, I've been stupid this entire time, and I should have forgiven you, and blah, 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 so they're happy and whatnot. And they get back to the castle, and then they find out that the prince whose castle they were at is now going to invade the castle of the prince that they ran to for rescue, where Petrick and Tamara were, and it's a whole thing. So that's catching you up to where I am right now. They're there, they are waiting for this raid to happen, and she is finally coming to terms with the fact that she cannot just run away from this confrontation, which she wants to do. She wants Tamara to just pack her bags and run away, which was not a shining moment for her. I understand the mentality. I mean, obviously I can't judge because I've never been in that situation, and who's to say that I would not also want to just run away? I probably would. However, in this book, it was a very frustrating mentality for her to have, and I guess that's, like, relatable because, you know, it's a normal response, right? But at the moment, I was frustrated. She does come around, and she realizes, maybe I should be working for these guys because everybody's gonna die if I don't do something to help. So she starts going back to the forge and taking back her power and all of that stuff, and that's where we are. I mean, I am liking it. I don't know if I'm liking it more or less than the first one. I might say more, because she's coming to terms with a lot of stuff with her, with herself. Her anxiety is overwhelming a lot of the time, like it is for many people that suffer from anxiety, especially like social anxiety. She's coming to terms with accepting Kellen and like letting Kellen in, and realizing that him being the one to always instigate anything in their relationship is not what he wants, and so she is going to have to accept him and realize at some point that he's there for the long haul. They're 19, but it's a fantasy world, so take that as you will. And so yeah, I mean, it's entertaining. Tamara is now frustrating because the same reason that Ziva was mad at Kellen is why Tamara is now mad at Petrick, because Petrick never told her after she was fully healed that Ziva was in danger and she could have run off to save her. I don't really know what she would have done. By the time she got there, it kind of sounded like the travel time was so long that by the time she got there, they would have already escaped. So I don't know. But she's mad at Petrick for not letting her know that Ziva was in danger, and she's like refusing to forgive him. And then that's kind of how Ziva came to terms with her own issues with Kellen, where she was like, oh, I'm being a bit of a hypocrite right now. And I was like, yeah, no shit. So yeah, it's very, very entertaining. I'm having a great time. The audiobook narrator is kind of for me for both of these books, which is why I switched to reading Blade of Secrets via ebook, because like her voices for the girls are great. Her voices for the guys are very similar, and not particularly convincing, I guess I should say. I don't know. I don't like the way that she narrates the men's voices. So I mean, that's where we are. I don't really know how much else I can say about this. Obviously, this is a fully spoilery vlog. I think I told you that in the beginning. I hope so. If not, I guess I'm gonna have to put a spoiler tag all the way up front. But yeah, that's it. Hopefully, I've only got like 2 hours left in the audiobook. I think I'm planning on finishing it all while I'm at work today, so that is that plan. And my next vlog update should hopefully be when I'm done with it, and I can tell you guys my final thoughts, so I will talk to you when that happens. Alright guys, it is finally time to wrap up the Master of Iron reading vlog. Amber has decided to join me. I liked this. I ended up giving it a 4 out of 5 stars. I just didn't really love a lot of the decisions that Ziva was making throughout. But other than that, I think it was really, really good. I don't really remember what I said the last time that I ended up updating you guys. But the end of this kind of felt a little, I don't know, I'm trying to give it some grace because it is YA. But it did feel just a little bit like Hail Mary, last minute magic saving the day kind of a situation. The parameters of her gift were met in order for her to do so, I guess, technically. But then it just kind of stretched it a little bit further than the limits of what I was okay with when you have a system that's kind of like this. I don't know. I liked it. It was a fun, fluffy cute read. Like, there was some dark stuff that happened, but it wasn't anything that took itself too seriously. So yeah, I ended up giving it 4 stars, I think, and it was a good time. The audiobook narrator kind of continued to do the same things that bothered me, and I really could not tell the difference between a lot of the male characters that were speaking, but it is what it is. Not my favorite audiobook, not my worst audiobook I've ever listened to. That officially completes my reading vlog for Master of Iron by Tricia Levenseller. I like this series. Overall, I do like this duology. I did like Blade of Secrets a little bit more, but I think that Master of Iron was a solid follow-up to it. I like the way that it resolved overall, you know, if we don't get into the specifics of everything. I like the way that the relationships were resolved. I liked the way that Ziva had to come to terms with the fact that she was uncomfortable with change and that it was going to happen anyway, and things like that. Things that a lot of people with anxiety do tend to deal with, because that is a big component of the story, is her social anxiety. So yeah, it was pretty relatable. There were some parts that I rolled my eyes at her and I was like, girl, you've got to get it together, and not when it came to a lot of her anxiety stuff, but like a lot of the other stuff that she was doing, I was like, you have got to get it together. But yeah, 4 stars. Overall, I do think that I would really recommend this series to you guys if you want like a fluffy YA fantasy. I keep saying fluffy. It's really not, like, it's not like cutesy or anything, but it is like a feel-good, you kind of know what you're getting into when you pick it up situation, and I really appreciated that about it. It was a very, very quick read. The audiobook was fast. I mean, it's literally like 300 something pages? 370 pages or so. So yeah, I liked this. I hope you guys, if you end up reading it, will enjoy this also. And that is it for this reading vlog today, guys. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because it really helps out my channel. Down in the description box, you're going to see links to my Goodreads, my Twitter, and my Instagram, in case you guys wanted to follow me on any of those. But that's it for me today, guys, so I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!